Likewise, while there's nothing inherently problematic with not washing feet, the fact that believers are unwilling to do so is a problem. We can't claim to be disciples of Christ and be too proud to follow his example. I'm not condemning anybody who says, I don't want to fool with nobody's feet because they smell, but there is an issue when you are not willing to deal with anybody's mess because they're too messy. And that is what it is translated into, is I'm going to keep my hands off of their stuff because that's their stuff and I don't want to be bothered, and I'm too proud to get down on a knee and wash somebody's feet. While feet washing is absolutely unnecessary for discipleship, the humility to wash feet is absolutely necessary, which was the whole point of Jesus' demonstration. Right. And being worried about my rights, my boundaries, my hygiene, my sanitary issues, we just lost the whole point of the exercise. Mm-hmm. We have boundaries, but sometimes we have to open up our boundaries to serve others. We have to open up our boundaries to let God put his hands on stuff that we can't fix, that is messy, that we don't want to touch ourselves. We have to be willing to humble ourselves and say, well, if God has decided that it's worth putting his hands on, I guess I should probably let him do it. Even though it makes me uncomfortable, even though I don't know what it means to be without it, even though I know it's dirty, I'm going to let God sit down and start wiping off and washing my feet because I've got situations and issues that I can't quite fix. And I need God to put his hands on me to break the chain and the cycles that I've been wrestling with all of this time, and stop worrying about whether or not it's embarrassing to me or whether or not it's going to make me do something that's inconvenient to me. Jesus washed, and I want you to get this, Jesus washed all of his disciples' feet, all 12. Judas was there. Yeah. Judas got his feet washed just like everybody else did. Ministry does not concern itself with reciprocity from those that we serve. It concerns itself with being a living testimony of the love of God towards mankind, a living sacrifice unto God, and a personification of the person of Christ. This is where boundaries comes into play. Until I understand who I am, I can't serve. Right. I can't minister because I don't know who. Jesus was not worried about becoming defiled. Jesus went naked after he washed feet. He wouldn't go to this because it's not going to defile me. I don't have to worry about what people think and whether or not my hands are clean, because I am clean. The reason I'm clean is because I'm God, and it doesn't matter how much mess I put my hands in. When I get back up, I'm still holy, I'm still righteous. So your mess ain't a threat to me. It's only a threat to you, and if you let me clean it off, I can get up and still be me because I'm still God after it's all said and done. Jesus plunges his hands into the deep crevices of the isms and the schisms and the problems and the psychoses that we can't quite figure out how to deal with, if we'll let him. But and as people of God, we ought to have the same understanding that if me sitting around and being of service to somebody that nobody wants to deal with, that nobody has time with, for that people think aren't worth the time, taking the time to see about, it doesn't diminish me at all to be of service to them. Yeah. If they'll let me. I might not get a return on my investment. They may turn around and betray me, but my job is to demonstrate the love of God and the humility that it takes to actually be a child of God. Yes. They might talk about me. They might stab me in the back. They might turn me over to the people that want to kill me. They may have already made up their mind they don't want nothing to do with me while I'm trying to serve them. That's not my concern. I'm trying to show what God's love looks like. Yes. Yes. I can't do that if I don't have a healthy sense of who I am and who God has made me to be and who he is. If I don't understand those, if I can't see those boundaries, and I don't know how to relate, then I can't fulfill that call.